So we are live. All right, welcome everyone to a new episode of our leadership series. We're starting early this morning because I have with me a beautiful guest, Dr. Renuka Thakore. So happy to have you with me today.
Very
Very
pleased to
honored.
be here. Thank you so much, Dr. Hynd.
Uh, so Dr. Renuka, you're a visionary leader, a global connector. This is what we're going to focus on today in the field of sustainability and inclusive development. You're also the founder, the CEO of Global Sustainable Futures, and you have received many awards through the years. I am so impressed, and I am so honored to have you this morning.
Thank you so much.
So tell us a bit about your journey and what brought you to become such an incredible reference in empowering leaders at the local level and at the community level.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mm.
Um, I was a mature student of PhD. Like I got my PhD at 56.
Oh,
And
you did. Wow. We have to pause on this. You got your PhD at 56 years old. I
yes,
salute you. And this is an incredible example to everyone. A lot of people think it's too late, and it's never too late to do it.
it's never late. Today also I'm learning so much from today from as well, and from many others. I keep learning every day. 1 hour is dedicated for learning every day. So that is
Wow.
what we should be doing. However, I have a very unique journey
Mm.
as a woman, as a mother, and as a wife. It's a and as a daughter as well. So I had a very progressive father who always wanted me to become an engineer because I was surrounded by engineers. My father was engineer, my brothers were engineer,
Mhm.
and we had a very big engineering firm,
Mhm.
which my father was also awarded, a small scale engineer.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in that way. Sorry?
Where did you grow up so that we
I
know the
grew up
background?
in India,
In India. Uh-huh.
where, well, I was born in Devas, which is a small town, but my parents moved to Vadodara, and that is where I grew up,
Okay.
Vadodara, Gujarat.
Uh-huh.
However, my father being very progressive, I was exposed to several technology and engineering firms,
Mhm.
tools and techniques. I mean, we had a huge, I mean, I'm talking about a time where rarely anyone had telephone, but we had telephone, telex, and car,
Really?
all
Oh,
that.
so you're really like
So
avant-gardist.
I was fortunate to be there
Wow.
as a
Okay.
younger daughter to them.
Uh-huh.
So, and also inspired by brothers and father and all. And I met my husband at the age of 11. I knew him since 11.
Mm.
And then by 14 I was in love with him, and then by 18 I married.
That's a movie story. I love that.
So,
That's
and
incredible.
he was also very progressive, but being deciding on my own to be married, on marrying him. So
Uh-huh.
I had no support that time, like we had no support, but I was fortunate again, with my husband doing very well in business.
Uh-huh.
So I was in electrical engineering that time when I married, but then I focused by contributing to family business in construction and built environment. So
Okay.
he was a very successful estate
Uh-huh.
developer in India,
Uh-huh.
and we did very well.
Uh-huh.
And I got two daughters. My both daughters are now quite big. I mean,
You got
One
them
is
early.
43
Yeah.
and other
They must
is
be so proud of their
37.
mom. They must be
Yeah.
so proud of you. Were they there for the graduation of your PhD?
Yes, yes, of course.
Mm.
They made a special, trip to my graduation,
It's
and
excellent.
with their boyfriends and husband.
Yes, that's
So,
incredible.
yes.
Okay. So what took you from a background in engineering, because you're raised as an engineer inside the house, to become the spokesperson for sustainability for global
Yeah, so
leadership?
there's a quite a journey there.
Mm.
So as my daughter grew up, and the time came when we wanted them to go to university, we decided, like, because my husband was doing very well,
Mhm.
we decided them to provide international education, and they moved to UK for international education, and both are aerospace engineers as
Oh,
a first
wow.
degree, and they also have second degree as aerospace management, and my younger daughter is spatial spacecraft engineer.
Wow, that's very amazing. That's quite impressive. But then they have a mother like you. So what do you?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, I graduated after they graduated, but
Yeah.
it is all about inspiring each other.
Yeah.
So we went through that journey,
Mhm.
and it happened so that my younger daughter wanted me to come to UK, and I decided what should I do with my
Mhm.
coming to UK,
Mhm.
because it was totally new environment, and I thought of moving to a different career so that I
Mhm.
can also be busy with it, because daughters have grown up and I had no more responsibility of
Yeah.
child
Mm.
caring and other things.
Mm.
And so I did my degree course in environment management,
Mhm.
and that is where I got exposed to several environmental issues.
Mhm.
Uh, I worked as an household advisor for recycling. That was
Okay.
my first job, and I
Mhm.
got several interesting, like understanding of a whole landscape of a waste management.
Mhm.
And then I got an opportunity to work with an hospice, where I was a regional manager for retail charity shop,
Okay.
and I introduced recycling zones in all these
Nice.
jobs. So
Ah,
that
okay.
was back 25 years ago,
Uh-huh.
and very interesting journey. So I learned from what I did, and
Mhm.
I also understood the challenges in environment, like how we can manage all this through organizational perspective.
Mhm. Mhm.
Then I also wanted to, bring my construction knowledge or experience within my, environment management. So I took my MSc in sustainability in built environment practices,
Mhm. Mhm.
and that was a real good understanding about how economics work, or how regeneration or restoration or anything that relates to moving towards transformation, moving from
Okay.
what we are doing
Uh-huh.
today and how we can become more
Mhm.
sustainable.
Mhm.
And I did again, there was a good thing that I could work on the Mayor of London Green Procurement Code,
Uh-huh.
where I got exposure to several local authorities and large organizations, how they can manage
Uh-huh.
supply sustainable supply chain through procurement.
Okay.
And that was a very short but very wide experience I got from
So what I get is from your background, you have really touched in several fields and they all interconnect somehow to be back to sustainability each time, whatever you
exactly,
do. Yeah.
exactly,
And in
yes, I
different
would say,
angles. So you've
because
seen it from all
sustainability.
the angles. Yeah.
Sure, because
Yeah.
sustainability is an umbrella subject now,
It
what I
is.
understood
It
through
is.
my
This is so well said.
experience.
It is an umbrella subject. I agree
Yes.
so much. Yes. I took one of the first courses ever taught on sustainability at Harvard. It was really the very, very beginning. It was in the 90s, mid 90s, and we just starting to make sense of it and to start teaching it. What does it mean? And it turns out to be in every field.
Was it the course developed by Clark?
It was the course developed by Pagnoto. It was a cost benefit analysis at the Kennedy School. And it
All
was the
right.
first course taught in 1995. That's a
Right.
long time ago.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. I have read few courses from Harvard, and I was inspired through that journey,
Yeah.
And
But it developed through the years. It really went little by little to today to be an umbrella, as you said it so well. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Mm.
And it also has, what I see as sustainability is a fluid definite, like from sustainable development from 1972 to now. It has
Yes.
been debated so much, and it is a fluid thing that is
Mhm.
evolving. And of course, people tell that it is like an elephant in a room, when there are people who can talk from every angle. They are
Yeah,
talking from different angles, but it
they
is
are.
the thing that where what we want to focus. And
Mm.
now,
So I'm going to
sustainable.
ask you something to you because what is it that touched you and made you feel like you want to go into becoming a reference in sustainability? Like in my case, I read that book, which is The Silent Spring, when the author is about waking up one morning and there are no birds, and it's like it's just everything is silent. So it's like awakening moment. What was that moment for you?
For me, my PhD itself,
Okay.
as a
Mhm.
as a PhD student, I was not able to visualize my product, what I
Okay.
found through my
Uh-huh.
PhD, right?
Uh-huh. Mm.
I did theoretical thesis, right, which
Uh-huh.
was stakeholder engagement process for sustainability leadership and governance.
Uh-huh.
However, how to make this product a reality, or
Mm.
how to visualize is that it is really making an impact, it is really making a change.
Mm.
So the modus operandi of my model was that each and every stakeholder at several levels
Mhm.
should connect vertically, but
Mhm.
also they should be connecting, you know, uh, longitudinally, in a sense of whatever the action you do are transformed into the performance. And
Yes.
the policy and value that you have
Mhm.
induces your action.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if you change your policy,
Mhm.
it will change your actions, and that
Mm.
is how you will change your performance. That is
Mhm.
the basic understanding I got. So,
Okay.
for example, I have my policy that I will never wear virgin cloth
Okay.
because it is very highly carbon intensive. So
Oh.
that has induced my actions that I go to the reuse clothes or secondhand
You
clothes
really
shop.
do? Is it for real?
Yeah, from 20 years, I have never bought a new virgin cloth,
Really?
not
But you
even
look
on
so
my daughter's
stylish though.
marriage.
Dr. Renuka, I'm so impressed because you look really always so elegant and stylish.
Yes, and that
Wow.
is what I get. I go to several shops which are
Uh-huh.
secondhand and reused or charity. In UK, it is called
Yeah.
charity shops,
Uh-huh.
and I'm a frequent visitor there. And I
Ah,
pick the best one for me in
I'm
a
sure.
lowest price.
And it's by choice, right? Because you could buy one, but you decide to contribute in your own way
Yes,
to
that is
recycling.
one thing. But I have also not used papers since 20 years.
You didn't
I
use paper?
only printed PhD thesis for
Oh
my
my God. I have
supervisor to
everywhere. Look
read.
at me. Ah, what about books? What about printing books?
Not at all. Never.
So you read everything on a digital
Everything digital.
device?
Everything digital.
Wow, that's
Yes.
incredible. So your bag is always light, your home is always tidy because our home gets messy with the papers.
Yes, certainly. And
Mm.
also, my daughters have also learned from me. They are also using reused clothes and many other things like that. And we are trying to raise our grandson also with zero carbon as
Wow.
much as possible.
I love that. You have basically put aside a big spending that goes into consumption, that it's
It
all
is not
clothes.
about even spending. I think it is about, so that is what I wanted to tell people today,
Wonderful. Tell
that
us.
each and every activity today can be counted or can be, translated into carbon emissions.
Okay,
Say,
that's
for
good. Let's repeat
example,
that. Every activity today can be
yes,
translated
can be
into
translated into carbon emissions or can be
carbon.
measured into carbon units. Let me keep
Absolutely,
it like that.
absolutely. Everything we do has a
Yes,
carbon impact, carbon
yes,
emission impact.
yes.
Okay, all right.
And
So
for
what's our
example,
job? What's our role then?
let me explain you a little bit. For
Please.
example, if I want to travel today to my railway station, which is just 1.5 mile away,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
If I drive by my car, which is a
Uh-huh.
petrol car, it will have certain emissions.
Yes,
With diesel, it will have certain
for
emissions.
sure.
With electric, it will have certain emissions. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
the emissions will be changing, but it will have certain emissions. If I walk, no emissions. And I will be healthy more because I'm
That's
trying
for
to
sure.
walk. I get exercise. I see nature. I enjoy nature. I talk with my husband when I walk and all that. So you get plenty
Excellent.
of benefits by
Yeah.
walking at least 1 or 2 miles that allows your body
Mm,
whatever is allowed by your body,
mm.
and that can
Do
be
we?
understood. Sorry.
So, but Dr. Renuka, can we afford that luxury of time to ourselves? Because that's the question today.
Yeah, we can afford. It is about managing. It is
Okay.
about managing
Yes.
and
Okay. I
organizing
love that.
yourself.
Yeah.
I know that people have to rush to the jobs, but they can break down their journey. At least they can get down. Maybe see, there are several ways. Like it is common now that sharing of cars. So
Yes.
because
Carpooling.
we see 90% of cars with only one driver and no passenger on roads.
That's right.
We have never thought about sharing.
Yes.
Even if we have a neighborhood, we would say, oh, it's okay to go alone. So several
Well, you can be
several things
together.
can be
Yeah.
done if
Yeah.
we try. If we
Yeah.
try, of course, there are things like privacy and others which we have to consider. But for me, I think I have been lucky in doing that. My first project as a carbon manager, like to identify what we can change,
Uh-huh.
was with British Standard Institution as a
Okay.
carbon expert. Like we did, this was many years ago, and we did just on Excel,
Uh-huh.
and we invited all the auditors to put down their mode of transportation and think
Okay.
what was alternative and how they can change, and will
Mhm.
that impact their time and money.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And we found several changes. Plenty of people where we were able to actually change 80% of consultants to think this.
Uh-huh.
And after 3 years, we were actually going towards carbon neutral journey.
Okay, I have a question for you here from Umnia. She's asking, what about safety? Unfortunately, people can walk in every city. What is your
Yes,
opinion?
that is again, then,
Thank you, Umnia.
that is where I talk about stakeholder engagement. It
All
is
right.
not
Okay.
only the person who, like, only one person like me or public cannot change. It has
Mm,
to be a consortium. I mean, it has to be a connection. Government also need to understand that how they can provide safety.
mm,
So why not make, like, I have seen examples in many countries, just like Netherlands is so famous,
mm.
where everyone can cycle without fear and very easily. Or
Yes.
in UK, we have special S roads where they are dedicated for cycles and walkers. So
Mhm.
and we in Copenhagen, like we have a walking street, which was highly advertised many years ago, that you can walk without
Yes.
cars and other things in a street.
Mhm.
So things should happen like that, and so I think there is a responsibility for everyone.
So
Um,
that's so we're stepping here into urban planning,
yes.
into policy level decision making.
Hmm.
So I think the way we take in this conversation is that yes, you could have an impact, and it's at the 1% level where you can change the carbon footprints of your own behavior, but you got to have a system that put the structure for it for you, right?
Exactly, exactly. If government is not providing you public transport properly, or walking streets properly, or pavements properly, safe pavements,
Mm-hmm.
or the safe environment that they feel safety, like,
Mm-hmm.
because if you are walking alone in some areas, there could be an security problems and so on. So of course, so every stakeholder, or all the partners who are building in a system, or are having a stake in their system, have to work collectively and find a
Yeah.
solution that is possible
Mm-hmm.
within that local context.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. And
Which
that
means
is what my
your
so
thesis.
we have to decide the value or the policy first. I mean, and also that should come collectively, that okay, what we want,
Uh-huh.
and what is the highest value for that, and then
Okay.
the actions can follow for each role.
Okay.
Several roles are there: bottom, like grassroots people, mid-level managers, and the senior level decision makers. All have to understand that okay, we have to stick to this value, and then how we form a policy, and how we change our actions, and what decisions we take. And
This
it
is
is a iterative process. It is
yes.
not going to happen in one time, but we have to keep learning
Mm.
and
So it's
change.
inclusion. It's everybody's responsibility at every level, from the grassroots to the middle management to the top decision makers.
Of course.
Everyone,
Of
one
course.
vision, one objective.
Yes, and I feel today, that carbon literacy is the biggest need.
Oh, this is very
You
powerful.
know,
Carbon literacy.
100 or 20, so 100 or 200 years ago, we had a need of literacy,
We do. We did. Yes.
right? And we
Studying,
have moved that
reading,
far. We
speaking.
have
Yeah.
done that change.
Uh-huh.
Everyone now, yeah, probably not so excellent, but yes, everyone has to read and write. That was our 100 years ago. We had that need, that everyone needs to read and write. But today, I think we need carbon literacy in a way that everyone needs to know how we can reduce our carbon,
I love this. I love
or
this
how we can
because
move to low carbon or zero carbon
okay,
activities.
this is music to my ears this morning, because this is putting me back to, my PhD was about sustainability and impact, and my whole work at the World Bank was about, how to impact. Then the whole conversation turned into, with COP meetings and everything, into carbon emissions, into carbon footprints, into encouraging people. And now I think you're taking this movement a step further to make it more global for everyone. Yeah. How do you do that?
Yes.
What's
I
your
mean,
role? Tell me.
like, so today I have several initiatives in
Mhm.
carbon projects, and one of them is 20 million farmers initiative.
20 million farmers. That's so big. What?
It's not so big because and I'm only focusing in Africa.
Okay.
And in Africa, 80 to 85% are directly or indirectly involved in agriculture and food industry.
Uh-huh. That's
And
true.
what is happening, that there is no market certainty, and also the agriculture, I mean the grassroots people, like the farmers, have income less than $2 a day.
Yes, I know
Most
that.
of them,
That's
not everyone, but most of them.
mm.
And there are examples that who have moved to sustainable practices, they have increased their income to from $2 to $27 a day.
Mm.
So it is an tested thing.
Mm.
and and it is not much a problem, actually, if they try to do it. It is
Mm.
easy because agroforestry, rock weathering, and water management, and some of the things are very easily done by
Mhm.
themselves, or my like, with low investment
Yes.
it can be done. And if the clusters
Mm.
of farmers, like 10,000 farmers within that location, decide to do it, it would be very easy.
Yes.
And that is what I'm promoting. I'm trying to get people, build their capacity for this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also fortunate to get connected to 3 million farmers already.
You are. That's
So
incredible.
there's huge,
Congratulations.
huge interest from farmers,
I'm sure
because they are struggling every day.
they really, yeah. Mm.
And what we have done is we have created a independent council of
Mhm.
champions for this. And
Mm.
we are fortunate to have 400 to 500 champions who are taking
How
this
many?
work.
400.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And
That's
and
like,
they are,
so four, 300, 400 out of the 3 million. That's really good. So if you reach 20, you get like around 2,000 champion, which is incredible.
yes.
Yeah. I like
We are
that.
trying to get as many people as we can so that they can take this voice to the cooperatives and farmers
Uh-huh.
and bring them on board.
Mm.
And this is all until now done voluntarily without
Isn't
no
it?
investment. And we are now looking for investors.
Yes, definitely. Because this initiative could actually spread around the world into different continents, right? If you do it
Yes,
well in
yes,
Africa.
many proposals have come forward, and
Mhm.
we are talking with partners and stakeholders to take it to other areas like Asia and South, like America and so on. Yes,
Yes, Latin
there are
America.
several other programs like this also, which have being done by others, but we, we we are slightly different in a way that we want them to become leaders. We want
I love
them
that.
to come on boards.
Okay, so you
You know,
empower them to be the one that's the spokesperson for what they
yes,
do.
yes.
Yeah.
We want them to understand. Yes, this is possible. This is, uh, you know, beneficial to them,
Mhm.
and so they can, start um, building their capacity themselves. And the
Mm.
main thing what our program is doing is that first we want to move them to digital literacy.
Okay. Okay.
um, it is very hard in Africa because nearly 50% of people, or less, but about 50% of people don't have internet, do
Okay.
not have electricity,
Mhm.
and so they cannot connect digitally with us.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
however, cooperatives, we have found that cooperatives have at least one computer and one literate person,
So they can
digital
become
literate
that,
person. Yes.
yeah,
So we
channel.
are motivating that person to get to the ground level and get all the things done. And
Mhm.
also, at some point, I had to teach people how to get on Google mail list.
Okay.
So
Okay. Mm.
it is that empowerment. I mean, we have to work very, very hard in this, and everything. Everyone should um, support each other. Like
So
whoever.
I think what we want to do in our conclusion is to add one more step before being carbon literate. You said 200 years ago was about reading, and then maybe we should do the digital. Everybody being so digitally, knowledgeable,
Yes,
digital
yes,
literacy and
yes.
accessibility than you
Digital
do
literacy
carbon.
is very
Right.
much needed at the
Yeah.
moment because we found, of course, we know that moving to digitally is also not so uh,
About literacy, it's about
neutral, carbon
accessibility.
neutral or anything, but we can manage that
Yeah.
because if we have data centers and others, through renewable energy, then
Yes.
we can be
Many.
more, satisfied with uh, our carbon journey.
I love that. This is amazing. We're coming to the end of our episode. What I would like really leadership for you, as I see you, it's creating leaders. And I think this is the most beautiful story.
Yes, yes. Local people should take interest, they should take responsibility, and I believe that there are plenty of people to hold hands.
Mhm.
And especially like GSFN, we invite everyone to be with us with free and no restrictions.
Uh-huh.
And that is what is creating a just a better platform for
Yeah.
everyone to increase their capacity.
This is beautiful. Thank you so much for giving us this
Thank you.
insight. Thank you so much for doing so much for the planet. This is
Thank
incredible.
you.
Like really, truly. And I'm in admiration of the work you do. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for
you so
being with
much.
us.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, everyone.